Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's take a quick peek at SUI, see what's going on. Just going to jump into the back end liquidation data, kind of verify if there's any new areas of liquidation first and kind of get going from there. Quick little congrats to our community. We caught that nice pump from Bitcoin, 55% on Bitcoin in 5 hours, and roughly, 32% from Solana in an hour and a half. So it's a really nice little trade setup there. Easy to spot now, of course, after that massive pump. It basically, what happened, if you didn't catch that, is there was a 90-day delay or pause on tariffs, and that effectively caused the market to spike. And then, of course, Trump sending out tweets saying now is a good time to buy. Obviously, the price pulled back since then to fill some fair value gaps, and we're going to see if we're going to get a bounce here or if we're due to correct ourselves even further. A significant amount of liquidation between 230 and 245, standard stuff there we can see from a macro perspective. A lot of late shorts, which makes perfect sense. Bitcoin was maxed out about 83, 84,000, that range, and that's a significant resistance for it. So if I was awake for this or in my office at the time, I probably would have shorted too. However, I don't love shorting this coin. I don't recommend it. It's a high volatile coin, so just be careful doing so. However, we're kind of still in a good range here, but there's more liquidation to the upside immediately, so that kind of gives us more incentive that the price is more likely to go higher than lower. We can see here as well that liquidation delta is still remaining quite high. Some altcoins are tapering off really hard. This coin's still remaining high volume to the upside. That's a good sign. It means longs aren't getting shaken out from this most recent pullback. We look here at open interest. We can see 210 is that heaviest concentration. We've talked previously about 210 being that important level. You see on the charts, it's quite obvious. There is a resistance here at 210 from before. Now that we've broken it, it should work as a new support. So right now what we're seeing is likely a little fake out to the downside to trap late shorts, and the price is going to probably continue higher up moving forward. Once again, this is all pending Bitcoin doesn't dump on us and we don't get a Trump tariff tweet, okay? If that doesn't happen, I think there's a significant probability that 79,000 for Bitcoin will hold. In fact, we have a long position at 79,000 that I opened roughly an hour or two ago. So those are my thoughts, my anticipation. So if that actually happens, then I do feel like we're going to start to bottom out here soon. But to make it really simple, you see this local high, that should work as a new low, right? But once more, as per usual, we're seeing this little fake out just below that key level support. People are starting to maybe consider closing their positions, and then the price goes right up from there, and everyone misses the boat. So just note that's kind of where we're at right now. It's market maker 101, standard manipulation tactics. So when we take a look here, let's go ahead and double check the daily and work our way down, and just recognize there's nothing amazing about the daily time frame. I'll spare you the time. There's no hidden bullish convergence, nothing super spectacular here. We got a MACD convergence maybe, and that's just still a very slow moving average convergence that really doesn't matter too much. 4-hour time frame, however, does kind of tell us a little bit different, where we're above the 20-day SMA. A lot of coins have kind of dipped below that. So this does kind of reinforce a little bit of support there. So based on the last 20 days of trading, we can see we're above that average, which is generally positive. We can see the 200's above and the 50's right there, kind of working its way down with this descending trend. So we haven't broken free from our descending trend line completely yet. Keep that in mind. We still got a little bit more value here too, with that fair value gap down as low as $2. So hypothetically, between 2 and 210 should be a very nice area to consider buying. Right? We've got a nice amount of demand here. There's a support and demand zone. So it's generally a favorable situation for us, pending once more Bitcoin doesn't drop super hard. 4-hour time frame still holding fairly strong. We're right there at 50 on the RSI, even though stochastic's pulling back. We got money flow index coming down pretty hard. That's standard right now for this dump. And then we can also see that we're maintaining above our moving average. So while these are not like super amazing signs, the important takeaway here is that we're establishing higher highs and higher lows, and we're not in a descending type of trend. Obviously, from a macro perspective, we need to recognize we aren't like totally breaking bullish yet. But for the most part, the short-term ascending trend, higher highs and higher lows, where Bitcoin's making parallel lows for its double bottom, we had higher lows here with SUI. It's a very, very good sign. That's why I've had confidence in taking a long position with Solana. Again, that 32% that we took, it was just a confidence play because Solana was establishing higher lows where Bitcoin had parallel lows. Usually you see that shift for an altcoin versus Bitcoin essentially overperforming. That's something you want to consider trading into. And this is another situation that's kind of looking like that. Just know we have more fair value left between basically 198 and the 210 mark. So that may be a good area to consider dollar cost average. Hourly time frame is going to give us some conflicting information because we pulled back so hard that we're now right there testing the lower lead on the cloud, and lagging spans kind of breaking down, so to speak. So these are usually signs you want to look for trend reversals, but Based on the market right now, 9 times out of 10, when you see this kind of price action, the price should pull back. However, this year, the year of manipulation, that's like the Chinese zodiac, right? We can see that the price action is essentially getting manipulated pretty hard based on the overall uncertainty in the market. So oftentimes you'll see these little fake outs to get everyone to trap late shorts, and then they jump, and then they, the price shoots up from there. So my expectation is that we're going to see the price action continue higher from here. Whoopsies. Yeah, so we'll just go ahead and pay attention. Obviously, be careful. Low leverage, low position size is always the common narrative in these situations. Don't get too crazy. Don't try to be a hero. That's what I like to say, because heroes are those people that post online how amazing they are by taking a high risk trade with high leverage. I think that really just takes all. To me, it instantly makes you look like an idiot. That's just me personally. And once more, it's not what you do that defines you, it's why you do what you do that defines you, right? So if you are trading for other people, you're doing it wrong. I think you should literally trade for yourself and make sure you understand and learn how to be a better trader. Those are all things I teach in my Trading Academy community, Signals group. Check it out, link down below if you're curious. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.